Hi, welcome back. So let us begin rendering our syringe. So I will save this first, as always. Okay. And now let us render. So on the top left, we will go from the design workspace to the render workspace. In the render workspace, you will be able to assign materials, we can assign the colors of our syringe, and so much more. So in this case, of course, a syringe is quite clear. So we're gonna look for clear plastic. So on the top left, click on appearance, and this menu will appear. So Fusion has a lot of built-in materials, but you can make your own custom materials in Fusion. But that's a lesson for another day. So I will search for plastic over here, plastic, and I will look for something that looks similar to a syringe. In this case, let me search. A syringe is made of, I believe, ABS, but let me double check. No, it's made of polypropylene or PP. So sometimes it might be built into Fusion. So let me search poly. So it's not, unfortunately. So let's look for something very similar. In this case, the acrylic earlier looks quite similar. So I'll scroll down, and clear acrylic looks quite good. So I will download this, and I will drag the acrylic into the design. So simply drag and drop, and as you can see, the material of our object has now been updated. Then for the rubber part, I will search for rubber. Oh, okay, rubber. Scroll down. Okay, so we want a kind of soft rubber, I guess. So download, or drag it right away. Then as you can notice, it is not dragging over the correct object. So you can always click your object and hide it. So I will hide the main barrel. Then I will drag the rubber. There we go. Now make it visible again. Alright. So now our syringe is done. We can begin rendering. So firstly, I want to set the angle to be around here, or the distance. Alright. You can set this to any position you want. So in this case, it looks kind of good over here. Then I will rotate my camera until it looks good. So in this case, the camera for rendering is the camera you're viewing right now. There is no separate camera, unlike in other 3D modeling software. So I'm gonna do like a right view, maybe. That's a bit sideways. There we go. Something like this. Alright, that looks good to me. Then I will set the scene. So in scene settings, you can select the brightness of your scene. So I think it's a bit too bright. So let me darken it a bit. Then I will change the focal length of my camera. So if you do photography, you may be able to understand what the focal length is. But the focal length of the human eye is around 24 mm. Alright. Then our environment, we can change in which environment our picture is taken. So in this case, I want to picture it in a soft light, which I think should be similar to a hospital. Alright, I'll click close. And now, a fair warning, if your computer does not have a graphics card, do not do the next step. But in this case, if you want to see your render before you actually render it, you can do the in-canvas render. So if I click on this, it will start rendering it inside of Fusion. So I think it looks fine. The lighting is a bit bright, so I'm gonna reduce it again to 500. There we go. That looks better. I will close this. So that looks good to me. I will stop the in-canvas render. So now, for those without good computers, try to avoid clicking this as your Fusion 360 might lag heavily. But if you decide to do so, try not to move around your camera as it will keep on re-rendering the image. Alright, so we'll click on the teapot. Alright, so we're gonna cook the render. So in this case, I will select it to be a square, if that's available, or maybe 1920 by 1080. But I want the height to be 1920, and I want the width to be 1080. There we go. Then I will select it to be a PNG. We will use the cloud renderer since it is free with our Fusion 360 education account. And I'll select the final and I'll click on render. So this will take around 10 minutes to render. So I'll be right back once it's done. Alright, and we're back. So, as you can see, we have our render here. It's a bit small. So of course we're gonna have to re-render again. But this time, much more zoomed in. So let me try that. So click on render. And if you have a graphics card, you can always render locally, which may be much faster compared to the cloud render, but could also lag your computer if you are running many applications. So I will click on render again. So that will create a new rendering on the bottom left. There we go. This looks much better. And to save your render, you simply click on download. And you can save it as PNG, JPEG, and add a transparent background. Or you can also render it on a turntable style, which will do a 360-degree rendering of your model. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed our workshop in BMEC, Introduction to 3D Modeling in Fusion 360. And I hope to see you on the next workshop. If you have any questions, feel free to ask any of our members in BMEC, and they will be happy to help you. See you on your next workshop. Bye.